Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I will be talking about the Fate Grand Order 9th Anniversary GSSR potential characters that I might want. Now, I know I'm quite early, like it's like 9th Anniversary is going to happen like in July or something as far as it usually goes. So, yeah, like this is like in May and not that early either, that's 2 months early, I guess. But, I just want to make this video a little bit ahead of time and yeah, so let's get started. So as always, like every time a GSSR happens, I make a video like this. I go through the characters that are there in the GSSR, the pools, different pools, and which one is better for me and better for everyone. Like I talk about all of that in general. So I'm going to do the same here. So here I am in Fate Grand Order fandom page, the wiki fandom page, and as you can see, this is the 9th anniversary, and I've already clicked on the summoning campaign and the lucky bag. So these are going to be the characters that we will be looking at. So obviously it's an anniversary banner, so there will be 4-star and 3-star servants as well on rate up. And yeah, I'm going to look at the different, like what do you call it, the different banners and which one I might want. Now I usually kind of look at the characters beforehand, the different banners. This time I actually haven't, so I will be making my choice now here in this video. Or maybe I won't, maybe I'll be in a dilemma and I'll take time to think, but I'll at least like kind of lessen it down to like 2 or 3 banners in this video. So anyways, let us get started then. Now I'm not going to be doing the destiny pool. The destiny pool happens like every time nowadays, but I feel like destiny pool it's not for me. It's for just like like newer players who want a certain character. Like for veteran players, I feel like destiny pool, unless and until you really want a new character, because I don't know, like using double the premium currency for one character, I'd rather just save it for the next anniversary. For the GSSR, at least, like I said, for players who've been playing this game for a long time and they have a lot of characters. For new people, I guess it's somewhat worth the appeal, but not for me. And I don't think it will ever be. Either way, so yeah, here we are, the different pools as you can see. So the first pool, we have Naraka Mandala Pavilion, and we have Ibuki Saber, and then we have Kataya no Kagekyo and Ashia Doman. So I'm going to talk about 2 things. In general, how good this pool is, and for me, how good this pool is, and whether I'm interested. For me personally, this is a horrible pool because I have 2 characters out of all, like out of the 3 of them. And Ibuki, I do like, Ibuki Saber. There was a time back when I was deliberating whether to get Ibuki Saber or Van Gogh. Thank God I choose Van Gogh because she's one of the best characters, and like personally I like her very much as well. Um, but yeah, now I like Ibuki Saber, I'm not really that much interested. So not for me. However, for other people, for people who have none of these characters or something like that, Ibuki Saber I think is pretty solid character. Taino Kagekyo is also pretty good in certain CQs as far as I've seen, like, and yeah, she is pretty damn good. Ashia Doman is also pretty good in like certain situations, like with the curse and everything. And like for farming, I think he's like one of the best because he can literally inflict death. Like I think I do the the ordeal call nodes you have. There's a certain node in one of the ordeal call like like the storm pods that you get every single day. There's a certain node with like which gives QP. uh he works best over there. Like you just like put a kaleidoscope on him and take some characters who can increase his NP, and just bam, every single turn you inflict death upon the enemies. And like it's very easy to farm QP like that. I farm QP like that nowadays. I don't go to the like the normal way of doing it. I don't do that anymore. So yeah, like and a lot of other situations, I think like Ashia is pretty damn good. I have him because I got him in the I think the last GSSR, was it the GSSR before that? I don't remember. But I got him somewhere in one of the GSSRs. So yeah, he's pretty good. So I think it's an okay banner for people who want to get these characters or interested in them. Now, before continuing, I'm just going to look at the 4-star and the 3-star pool because it's the same for everything. So I'm just going to look at them real quick. We have Gareth here. We have like Saito Hajime. We have Tomo Gozen, Bargest, Yamanami. We have Roland. We have Wa Tatsune no Suna. He's a 3-star character. 3-star, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's 3-star. Anastasia Summer, Chloe Summer, or like, yeah. Zenobia, Baohanshi. This is a normal Baohanshi, right? Yeah. Bargest Summer. We have what's her name? Sugitani. Yeah. Zenjubo. Don Quixote. Yeah. And then we have Percival. We have Kane is Summer. We have what's his name? Huang Fei Hu. Suzuka, Dobrynya, Murasaki Shikibu's Rider, Charlotte Cordes Caster, Daikokten, Wu Zetian. Okay, damn. What a good. All of them I think I have, except Gareth, I think. Yushosetsu. I also have Yushosetsu. Oh no, I don't have Hassan as well. Okay. Zhang Jue, Hassan of the Shining Star. I don't have him. It'll be pretty good if out of so many characters I miraculously get him or Gareth. I doubt it's gonna happen. Okay, Locusta, Creamhild, Seishonagon Berserker, Duryodhana, Nagura Shinpachi, Brunhild, what's her name? Ares, Chloe, Jufu. Oh, Cagliostro is here as well. Okay. Katsuki, okay. Teskali, Technotlan. And we have Hephaestion. So it's a good solid batch. I think like out of all these characters, like like personally I would say there are quite a few good ones here. Like who? I think Charlotte Core is pretty damn good as far as I know. I don't really use her that much. Daikokten's pretty good. Obviously out of the 3-stars, Jufu's I think like the best. Right? Is there anyone else who's better than? No, I don't think so. Yeah, they're pretty solid few characters here. Now, obviously, out of this huge pool, I don't have Gareth Summer, and I don't have Hassan of the Shining Star. Like I said, I think it'll be even more miraculous than winning like a 5-star character in a gacha to get particularly these two out of this huge pool. So I don't think that's gonna happen. But you can hope for. Anyways, these are the only two that I'm lacking here. So I would hope I get one of these. Anyways, right. So okay, that was the first pool. The second pool is Fey Roundtable pool. Okay, this is a very good pool. Even though I'm not really interested because I have everyone. So we have Melusine, we have Castoria, we have excuse me, Morgan, and we have Oberon. So personally, not for me. I have every single one of them. Generally speaking, yes, I think this is one of the best pools. Like, come on, like I feel like there's everyone here. Who do you even want? Like every single one of these characters are top tier characters. Like I feel like this is going to be a very popular choice for people who are either trying to like increase the NP of certain characters or who don't have these characters. So I think you should definitely focus on this for like newcomers and for people like like in general, I guess. If you're interested in increasing the NP, this is one of the best because Melusine is one of the best lancers. Castoria is one of the best servants. Like still, like when did she come out? When was she like when was she like released? Was it the 5th anniversary or the 6th? I don't remember. But she's still the top tier character, one of the best characters ever in this game. There's nobody topping her in my opinion. Then we have Morgan, one of the best berserkers, Buster berserkers, and Oberon, one of the best supports. Like like Buster supports and everything. Yeah, this is one of the best best pools. So I feel like not 80%. It is going to be pretty high. I think like 70% of people is going to go for this one. And yeah, if you don't have any of these characters, you should as well. So there you go. Next we have Realm of Thanatos Impulse Pavilion. Okay, so they have like Okay, I'm right. I just realized it. It took me a bit longer to realize it. They they made the character banners based on the main story, like arcs and everything. I guess like event or whatever. So yeah, that was the Heian-kyo. The one, the Fey Roundtable was the Lost Belt 6, Britain Lost Belt, Avalon LaFey, and then now we have what was the name of the 6.5 or whatever. What the hell? Did I just forget the name? I forgot the name of the. God damn it. Anyways, it's that one. So we have here Charlemagne, we have Constantinos, we have Johanna, and we have Moriarty. Now, in this banner, I don't have any of them, so I will keep this in mind for now. Because technically, if I'm pulling on this banner, I'm winning every single whatever happens. I'm gonna get a new character. However, I'm not really interested in Constantinos that much. Charlemagne, I'll be happy if I get him. Moriarty, I'll be happy if I get him. Johanna, I'll be happy if I get her. Not Constantinos though. I do know, like, I think he was like one of the worst characters gameplay wise, but I think they gave him like a recent buff in JP, which makes him good. I think I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments. But other than that, I'm not really interested in Constantinos at all. The other ones I'll be pretty happy if I get. Like I'll be okay. So I'll keep this banner in mind. Now for everyone else, like newer players and everything, I guess if you want one of these characters, you should go for this. Because there are a few, like Charlemagne is pretty good as a saber as far as I know. Johanna, I think, like, is a very good support. I haven't really heard that much about her, but I think like I've heard few people say she's pretty good in certain situations. Again, let me know. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure how good these are because I barely even use them. Like, like I've not used them that much. Maybe like once or twice in the friend support or whatever. And then Moriarty ruler, I think, is also pretty good. Constantinos, I think the recent buff made him better. Um, so yeah, it's an okay banner. If you want a particular character here, I think you should definitely go for. I think a lot of people might probably will probably go for Charlemagne and Moriarty ruler here. Yeah. Okay, now the Lost Spell 7 banner here we have Golden Seas of Trees, Travelogue Pavilion, we have Tezcatlipoca, we have Koyanskaya of Light, and we have what's her name? Kukulkan. Now, this would have been a very enticing banner if it didn't have two characters that I already had. So this Kalipoka, I actually really want him. I tried in the previous GSSR as well to get him. I didn't. I got Rasputin instead. Not previous, the one before that, I think. Um, so but I don't think I should risk it here because I'm sure like luck is going to screw me over and give me one of these other two characters, which I already have. And I've said this before. I don't want duplicates. Like I know a lot of people are very happy when they get like NP2, NP3, NP4, NP5, and then specifically there's a lot of people who save to NP5 certain characters. I've seen people like saving to NP8 characters as well, which is crazy because like NP18 gives you like those coins which you can use for the append skills and all, and make the character even more powerful or something like that, as far as I know. But no, I'm not one of them. I'm an F2P player. I try to keep like save my SQs for new characters that I actually want. Like I don't play for a meta or whatever. I play for the characters, and having one copy of a character is more than enough for me. So that's why even in situations where I actually are recommended to increase the NP for certain characters, like I think like Arquid and who else was there? Aoko, yeah. Aoko and Arquid, it was recommended for you to kind of get a greater NP so that you can deal more damage. I haven't done that because like I'm not really interested in any of those. I'm interested in the character, and getting one copy is more than enough. So I would hate if I get these two. This Kalipoka, very happy, very unhappy if these two. So I'm not going to take a risk here. It's a 1 out of 3 chance, and I'm not winning that chance. So I don't think I'm taking the risk here. So not for me. However, for other people, it's a very good banner. This Kalipoka is one of the best characters, I think. as far as I've heard, Koyanska is one of the best supports, Buster supports, and Kukulkan is one of the best like foreigners, and like she's really good. She's very strong, and she has quite a few like gimmicks and everything which you can use in a lot of situations. Solid banner, So if you're interested in any of these characters, you should definitely go for this. For me though, nope, not for me. All right. Next we have Oricon 1 Pavilion. We have Medusa Saber. We have Durga. We have Britomart. And we have... Oh no, wait, not Oricon 1. It's the Ordeal Call Pavilion. Okay. So both the 1 and 2. Medusa Saber, Durga, Britomart, and Count of Monte Cristo. Alright. I still haven't completed Ordeal Call 2. Goddamn, I should... I have to like complete it little by little. I'm doing it. I'm doing it little by little. But too many things to do. Not getting the time. But either way, this is the thing about this banner is I have a solid chance of getting a new character here because the only character I have from this is Durga. Um, but the thing is like it's a bit weird. I think in this banner I'll be the happiest if I get the Count of Monte Cristo because I kind of really want him. I tried a little bit to get him in one of when he was in rate up. I wasn't able to get him. And all my skills, like the ones that I spent, got to complete waste. So yeah, I would actually be very happy if I get him. Then I will be happy, like if I get Medusa Saber. Britomart, I'm not really that interested. Like yeah, I'm not really that much of a like that much interested in her. And Durga, if I get her again, it'll be a duplicate character, so that will be like the worst case scenario here. Should I? The thing is, even though this banner, the Thanatos Impulse banner, has it has 100% chance of me getting a new character. I actually prefer trying my luck in the Ordeal Call Pavilion because there are certain characters here that I personally really want. Like I said, the Count of Monte Cristo is I'll be the happiest if I get him. So that overrules anything else in this banner. So I might, if there's not a better banner than Ordeal Call Pavilion, I might try on this. But let's continue. Let's continue looking at the others. Now, for new people, or for people who who don't have these characters, as far as I know, the Count of Monte Cristo is one of the best. Like I think quick single target, right? Yeah, single target quick Avenger. And he's very cool as well. Like, oh my god, like he's like he has one of the coolest designs. I really wanted him. Oh god damn it, man. Okay, I might actually try on this banner. Just such a risk. Okay, Britomart. I don't know. I have no idea how good Britomart is. I don't think she's that good. I might be wrong though. Durga is pretty damn good, like in a lot of situations, like in looping and everything, and she's like one of the strongest AoE like archers. Medusa Saber, again, I have no idea, but it's Medusa. Like, what else do you need? Like, come on. Like, if you're an FGO player, and I'm sure like 90% of FGO players have come from Fate, from Fate Stay Night or whatever. I think there's like a very less amount of people who started FGO and then played Fate Stay Night or something. So if you're like one of the 90% people who have played Fate Stay Night, come on, this is Medusa. I don't think you need any other reason to pull for her. So yeah, okay, right. So that was Ordeal Call Pavilion. Next is Existence Outside the Domain Pavilion. Okay, so this is for foreigners. We have Van Gogh. We have what's her name, Jack de Molay, and we have Wangina. Yeah, these three. So for me personally, not really a good banner because the only character I don't have is Wangina. The other two I have, and I would rather get a new character than get one of these two. Molay I got in one of the other GSSRs, which is yeah. So yeah, this is for me. I'm not really that interested again. Wanjin is pretty good, but I don't know. I'm not really that interested. Like, I would be it would be like good if I get her, but like I'm not going to just particularly go on this banner to get her. None of that. Either way, for other people, I think this is one of the better banners. Because solely because of Van Gogh. Like Van Gogh is one of the best foreigners in the game. Not even foreigner. I feel like as the best character. Character wise, really love Van Gogh. Like she's, I don't know. I really like her. Uh, Gameplay wise, there's no question about it. She's one of the strongest foreigners. Like the amount of damage that I've dealt with her and just completely obliterated like CQ enemies is insane. you know like she can survive quite well as well, because of like the evade and everything, and like the more you attack, the more like stronger you get. The curse thing that she does is like is solid. Her noble phantasm, which increases like foreigners like critical strength and everything, not only her but everyone else on the team, like is she's like a full package. And I think like she's like there's been certain situations where I have thought that, what, I feel like Van Gogh is one of the strongest characters, like the strongest character in the game. There have been certain situations with the amount of damage I've dealt with her, like I was baffled. Um, with the proper supports and everything. Like, yeah, no doubt about it. I think like if you don't have Van Gogh, I think if you want her, or like I think you should just go for this banner, because like having her is a life changer. I kind of like put her not on the same tier as Castoria, but probably a tier below her, but still almost at the same importance as Castoria. I put Van Gogh because there have been crazy situations that she has saved me from. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, personally, I'm not going to get this one because I already have two of the characters. But for other people, I think this is one of the best one of the best banners. Jasty Molay, I'm not really that sure. She's okay, I guess. Like like in certain situations, pretty good as well. I think. Wanjin, I have no idea. Like I said, I haven't really played that much with Wanjina. So right. Alright, the next one is called Exciting Animals Pavilion. Okay, so we have Bakin here. We have Crane. What's her name? Miss Crane. And we have Wanzhou. Uh, Personally, okay, I don't have any of these characters. Personally, I'm not interested. Like, like there was a time when I actually wanted Wanzhou, but now I'm not really that interested. Bakin, as far as I know, Bakin is one of the worst characters gameplay wise. I might be wrong though, correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I've heard, Miss Crane is very useful in certain situations because she has the whole like go to the back kind of thing that she does, with her noble phantasm or whatever. Like she can switch and she has like this very interesting like skill which increases the character power based on the costumes they have. So and as a character as well, she's pretty like she's pretty good. I like her, personality wise and everything. But I'm like it's like this is like a tier which I'm interested in most of the characters, but not really that much. So I'm this is not for me. For other people, again, I don't think this is that much of a good banner. I might be wrong. Like I said, like like I'm giving all this information based on the little bit that I know. So yeah, I think unless until you want one of these characters, I think it's safe to just ignore this. Right. The next one is Close Friendship Pavilion. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. This is actually another interesting one. Ooh. You know why? Because wait a minute. Okay. I'll have my eye on this one. We have Okta Soji Saber Altar. We have the Twin Sisters, and we have Hibichika here. Okay, so the thing is, Hibichika's gonna come. I think when is it? Like in 1 month's time, I think. Like the Hibichiki banner event. Um, I kind of want her, but at the same time, I don't think I'm going to have enough to spend on her because there'll be a lot of other characters that I want. So I'm not going to be spending on her banner at all. You know. So this is like a good chance to grab Hibichika because there's like a 1 out of 3 chance of getting her or them. But at the same time, there's no like there's no risk of having a duplicate character for me, at least, because I don't have either of these characters. I don't have Okta Soji Saber Alter. I don't have the Trunk sisters, and I won't be like, and I'll be pretty happy if I get either of these two, because I like both these characters. Like, so I think this is like a solid win-win-win situation for me. Like, there's no way of losing this. Like, obviously I will be the happiest if I get Hibichika, but if I get the other two, it's fine, completely fine for me. But like I said, I like scale wise, I would love if I get Edmond, like Dante's, the Count of Monte Cristo would be the best. But this banner has a risk, like I said. I if I get Durga, like I already have her, I'm not, I don't want to duplicate. Britomart, I won't really be that happy if I get Britomart either. Medusa Saber is fine, but there's like a 50% chance of me getting the characters that I don't want here. However, this one is like a whole win scenario. I'll win either way. But then again, the Count of Monte Cristo. He's calling me. I might make a mistake and pull on this banner and then just lose. Oh god, I'll think about it. Like I said, so I'll think about this banner. What to do. For other people, yeah, I think it's a solid banner. If you need a good saber, I think like Uktaoji's Saber Alter is pretty damn good. Trunk Sisters, I'm not really sure if how good they are, but they're pretty good, I guess. And then Hibichika. Oh, I just realized how they made this banner. It's like duo characters. I just realized that. It took me a while to understand. Because Okta has Rengoku and like Trunk Sisters, and Hibichika, yeah. Yeah, okay, so I think Hibichika is pretty good as far as I can remember when I reacted to her. I don't exactly remember. She also have a very cool like ascension change in the third ascension. I remember like she becomes something else, like a really cool character. So yeah. Yeah, okay, so there you go. So that is the Close Friendship Pavilion. I'll keep this in mind because this banner and this banner for now. I'm keeping this in mind. The next one is New Year Pavilion. Okay, so the New Year characters are here. We have Muramasa, we have Takeru, we have what's his name, Rasputin, and we have Koyanskaya of Light. Oh, sorry, Darkness. Okay, Light was the other one. Personally, not for me. The only character I don't have is Yamato Takeru. Other than that, I have everyone. And yeah, I'm not for me. For other people, Muramasa is one of the best sabers. Still, I think, yeah, Yamato Takeru is also pretty damn good as far as I know. Rasputin, in certain situations, I think using his gimmick is very good. Koyanska of Darkness, again, I think like in a lot of like DOT situations, she like shines very well. And as a foreigner as well, she's pretty good. I've used her quite a bit. I have her, obviously. I've used her quite a bit. And yeah, she's pretty damn good. And it's Koyanskaya, come on. Like, it's one of the Tamamos. Like, who doesn't want her? So I think for people who are, like, who don't have any of these characters, I think it will still be a very appealing banner because we literally have Shiro here, we have one of the Tamamos, and we have freaking Kire. And Yamato Takeru, if you have played Samurai Remnant, like, you'll be more attached to him. So this is actually a solid one, for a lot of people, I think. Yeah. Alright, the next one is Chocolate Pavilion. So this is the Valentine's Pavilion. We have Andromeda, we have Karen, and we have Bazette. Now, the thing for this banner is, like, this would have been an appealing banner to me if the other two banners didn't exist. Because the other two are really drawing my attention. The Hibichika banner and the Count of Monte Cristo banner. Here, I would be very interested because Karen is here. But there's still a risk of getting Bazette and it'll be a duplicate. I already have Bazette. Andromeda, though, I'm not really that interested. It's fine if I get her, but still. So that's why I'm saying, if the other two banner didn't have such appeal to me, because there's like I said, the Close Friendship Pavilion is a whole win-win situation for me, and this banner has a very good chance, like if I get Monte Cristo, I would be like the happiest. So there's like two big reasons for me choosing either of these banners. This banner, I would have had a good reason if the other two banners didn't exist, just because of Karen. But just solely for Karen, I'm not going to go for this one, because it's a 1 out of 3 chance of getting her. And like, I'm not really that interested in the other two. Like, Andromeda is a new character, but I'm not really that interested. um Bazette, I already have her. Either way, for other people though, yeah, I think a lot of people might pull in this banner just because there's Karen and Bazette. Like, yeah. And Andromeda, maybe there's a lot of people who want her. Right. Like, gameplay wise, I think all of them. I don't know. Like, I cannot really say. Bazette, I have her, but Bazette's thing is like, like the whole counter thing she does. It's like, I don't know. Like, I just don't know when to use her. Like, uh, like, because she works in such a unique way. I just don't know when to use her, so I barely even use her. That's the thing. The other two, I have no idea. I think Kayan has a few interesting gimmicks. Andromeda, I don't know. I haven't really used her that much. So yeah, right. So for me, that's no. I'm not going to, like, pull on this banner. The next one is Summer Pavilion 1. So we have Karma Avenger, we have what's her name? Session Kiara Moon Cancer, and we have Abby. This is not a banner for me. I have every single character here. I have NP4 Abigail Summer, which is crazy. It's like, it's absolutely insane. I think I was trying to get one of the 4-star characters and Abby as well, and she just kept appearing every single role, like 1 or 2 times, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Anyways, Karma Avenger, I also have. Session Kiara Moon Cancer, I already have. There's no point on me pulling on this banner. For other people though, Karma Avenger is a really good like looping Avenger, like arts looping Avenger. I think a lot of people put her on the same tier as Space Ishtar. Kiara Moon Cancer is also pretty good, I think. Abigail Summer, as far as I've heard, I'm not sure if it changed. She's one of the worst characters gameplay wise. Or was. Like I said, I don't remember if they gave her an upgrade, like, like. So I cannot really say. I think they did give her like an upgrade or something. Let me know in the comments. Because when I got her, I wasn't aware of it. And I heard people say in the comments that she's one of the worst characters in the game. And I'm like, wow. The one of the worst gameplay wise characters, I got an MP4 out of her. That is crazy. But I think they did give her an update after that. I don't remember though. Let me know. Anyways, but yeah, this is not for me though. But like, just for Karma Avenger and Kiara, maybe a lot of people will probably pull. Then we have Summer Pavilion 2, and this actually is a good banner. Not for me though. I have all of them. So we have Ibuki Berserker, we have Skadi Ruler, and we have Lady Avalon. So Ibuki Berserkers, one of the best looping berserkers, arts looping berserkers. I still use her, and yeah, she's one of the best. Skadi Ruler is one of the best supports in Quick, one of the best supports. And Lady Avalon is a really good art support. Maybe not on the degree of Castoria, because Castoria is crazy damn good. But yeah, she's basically, like a different version, an arts version of Merlin. So yeah, like, it's just a solid banner, an absolutely solid banner. Not for me, but it's a very good banner. Like, people who will be, a lot of people will probably be pulling on this banner, and there's like, every single character you get, it's a win for you, because they're going to come in handy one way or the other. Then we have Summer Pavilion 3. We have Tonelico, we have Castoria Berserker, and we have Melusine Ruler. Again, not a banner for me because I have every single character here. Like, Tonelico, the thing about Tonelico is, I still haven't figured out when to use her. Like, I know she has a few gimmicks with the whole, like, the more, I think, like, the lesser your HP gets, the more stronger you get and all that stuff. But I have her, but I've barely used her that much because I'm not really sure when to use her. If if you have some advice for me, let me know in the comments. Because she's just there, like, just like collecting dust. Castoria Berserker, I've used her plenty of times. Like, good lord, she has, like, in so many situations it's come in hand. One of the best single targets arts berserker, like it's absolutely insane. Melusian ruler as well is pretty damn good as well, as far as I know. I haven't really used her that much though, but she's pretty damn good. I know I have used her quite a bit. I think there was a time when I used to use her quite a bit because of a certain, I think, like event. Like I used to like spam her NP and everything with Castoria and all that. Anyways, but yeah, this is a solid banner again. For all the summer people who have missed one of the summer characters, a very good banner to get one of the characters. But yeah, personally not for me. I've all of them, but it's still a solid, good place to invest your SQs. All right, then we have the Guda Pavilion 1. Here we have Ryoma, and we have what's her name, Izuma no Okuni and Himiko. So not for me. I have, like, not because like I have the characters. I only have Himiko from here. Other two, I'm not really that interested. Like Ryoma, yeah, maybe. It's like, yeah, I'm not really that interested. So not for me, but people who might want these characters might get. There's a good chance of getting them because there's 3 characters only. Higher chance of getting your character. Ryoma, I think, like, is a really good lancer as far as I've heard. Izumo Okuni as well, maybe a good caster. Like I think she's quick, right? Quick caster. Himiko, in certain situations, she really shines. With her whole, like like the whole Orion-like gimmick that she has of hitting extremely hard. Like with the Buster cards. And personally, I really liked Himiko, so I actually went in her banner. I tried to get her, and I was able to get her. So overall, I think this banner might not have that many people pulling, but still it's an okay banner, I think. Not for me. I'm not going to pull on this banner. Next we have Guda Pavilion 2. So we have Takasugi Shinsaku. We have what's his name, Takeda Shingen. We have Sen no Rikyu, and we have Uesugi Kenshin. Right. So all these 4. For me, it would have been a solid banner for me to invest in if not for the other 2 banners. The other 2 banners are just winning this for me. Like, so I'm not going to be keeping an eye on this banner because like like the only character I have here is Sen no Rikyu. The others I don't have, so I would be winning either way. The one that's most appealing to me in this banner is obviously Uesugi Kenshin. I wasn't able to get her. So it would have been a good chance to just nab her from here, where there's 4 characters here. One of the characters I already have, so it's not a good idea to pull on this banner just for her, because there's a high chance you will not get her. The other 2, however, Takasugi Shinsaku and Takeda Shingen, and they're okay. Like I wouldn't be that opposed to getting them, but I wouldn't be that happy either. Like I'm not really that much interested in these 2. Uesugi Kenshin only over here, and I think it's a very bad idea to pull on this banner just based on one character. So I'm not going to be pulling here. Either way, for other people, I think this is a solid banner. I don't know anything about these 2, like Takasugi Shinsaku and Takeda Shingen. Sen no Rikyu, though, I have her, and she is one of the best quick berserkers. She has a few like gimmicks that I really like. For example, obviously she can like loop not loop, but she can deal huge amount of AoE damage, quick AoE damage with the proper supports. But at the same time, her few of her skills like elevates her quick critical damage to such heights that like it's absolutely insane. So there have been certain nodes which I use her on where there's like 3 characters first, and I just wipe them out with the AoE Noble Phantasm, and then you have like a singular heavy HP character in the next node, not node but next wave. And in those situations, like like she shines very well because of how her like skills elevate her quick damage. If you get RNG, if RNG blesses you and you get a few of those 100% critical cards, quick critical cards, with Kadi's support, quick up support, and her personal skills of increasing a critical damage, you can wipe out like single target characters immediately using her cards. Like I've like like there have been a certain few like situations where I've used her, like to farm like that, and it works pretty damn well. So she's a solid package for AoE damage, and then immediately like she can switch to single target damage with her normal cards. Like so she's very good in that sense. Like like I really like her. I've used her a lot of times just because of that. So yeah, Uesugi Kenshin, I think she's like a very good, as far as I know, she's a very good arts like ruler. Like I think not Luvia, sorry, it wasn't Astraea. Astraea had her place like was the person like in the 4-star character before she came. Like for like arts like ruler arts like single target character. Astraea was the one, but then she came and I think she took her position as far as I can remember. Like she's that good. So yeah, that is Guda Guda Pavilion 2. Not for me personally, but I think like this is a solid banner, like for getting like a few of the solid characters. Alright, then we have Borderless Pavilion 1. So we have Ptolemaios, we have Bunyan, Super Bunyan, we have Tiamat, and we have Ark. Yeah. So, yeah, I think like just because of Ark with Tiamat, a lot of people will be pulling on this banner, so there's no point in me like saying anything over here. Personally, for me though, no, because I have Tiamat, I have Arquid. I would have really loved Ptolemaios, but there's a 1 out of 4 chance of getting him. So I'm not going to pull on this banner just based on that. Super Bunyan though, I'm not really that interested. Like, So there you go. That's why. And I think a lot of people will actually pull in this banner because, like I said, as far as I know, Arc has like like her NP like damage is on the lower side, and if you want her to work like properly like gameplay wise, you might want to need to increase her NP levels, but a lot of people might pull just because of that. But like I said, not for me. I'm just content with getting the characters. That's it. Tiamat as well, fan favorite character. Like a lot of the she was like she was just doomed not to come to FGO Mobile at all because of Arcade. And then Arcade went down. No, I think like she came before Arcade went down, right? Yeah, yeah. And then like they are starting introducing Arcade characters in FGO, and people were very happy and everything. It's crazy. I still remember like those days. Damn, like playing Babylonian, everyone was like, "Oh, we really want Tiamat," and then suddenly Arcade announced Tiamat, and everyone was like face palming. They're like, "Oh my god!" Since Arcade has Tiamat, she's never coming to mobile. I remember making videos on that as well. Good lord. And now we have her. Okay. Anyways, so yeah. Borderless Pavilion 1, a solid, I think like a very solid banner for everyone else. Not for me though. Yeah. And then we have Borderless Pavilion 2. A very, very solid banner. Not for me again, because I have every single character here. So we have Alice here, we have Ushigozen, and we have Aoko. So, Mahoyo fans, rejoice. If you don't have the Mahoyo characters, alright, there's like a 60% chance, 66% chance of getting your Mahoyo character here. Ushigozen is still here, but I guess like you can ignore her. But yeah, if you're a huge Mahoyo fan, if you want to get one of the Mahoyo characters, you have neither of them. Yeah, best bet to get them here. And like personally, I would have gotten this, like pulled on this banner, like no questions asked, if I didn't have one of the characters here, one of the Mahoyo characters here, because but I actually was able to get them, even though Alice completely took all my SQs and just, I don't know, like dragged me to pity. One of the worst summoning sessions ever. I was still able to get her, so I'm not going to be pulling on this banner. But yeah, but people who might want to increase Aoko's NP level and all that, who already have her, they might try in this banner. But yeah, I think this will be a fan favorite banner here in this lucky, like this GSSR. So yeah, go for it. Alice, as far as I know, she's one of the best casters. Like Ushigozen is pretty damn good Avenger. I've used her quite a bit now. And Aoko is just Aoko. She has some really cool ways of like fighting and everything, like her whole like AOE buster damage and a lot of other things, like increased like attack and all that. Very good. Yeah, so there you go. Not for me, but this is you should go for this if you want any of these characters. And even if you don't want like one character here, you still go for it because there's a high chance you might get the one. Either way, so there you go. Those are all the banners. So I think like number wise, like playing like people pulling on these banners, like your number wise, I think like this banner will be the highest because I think this is one of the craziest banners I've ever seen. Play Roundtable Domain Pavilion banner, and I think this banner will also shine. The Borderless Pavilion 2 banner. You know, right now, personally, like I said, uh, for me, two banners. I need to think about this. What do you call Pavilion banner here? The problem with this banner is that there's two characters here that I do not really want. Durga, because I already have her and I don't want a duplicate character. So she'll be like the worst case scenario. Britomart, I don't have her, but I'm not really at all interested in getting her. But she's still a new character, so I guess it will be fine. But like still, it'll be a bad taste in the mouth when like when you'll think that, oh my god, I had so many other characters that I could have gotten, and I like at least for me, I mean I'm not speaking for anyone else because there might be like someone who loves Britomart and definitely wants her, but for me at least I'll be like, oh my god, like I could have gotten someone else. So it'll be like a regret. Medusa Saber, I will actually be completely fine if I get her, but obviously Count of Monte Cristo is the one I really want. Is it a good idea to risk everything for the Count of Monte Cristo? Because if I rank the characters that I want here, Count of Monte Cristo is the highest, and then these characters I'll be completely fine if I get them. So here's the thing. Like I said, Ordeal Corp Pavilion, that is my dilemma. However, for Close Friendship Pavilion, I'm actually fine with any one of them. Obviously, I'll be the happiest if I get Hibichika, but the other two, I'll be completely fine with them. Like completely fine. So ranking wise, Hibichika will be the best case scenario, then Okita Saber Altar, and then the Trunk Sisters. And if I get either of them, obviously I might be a little bit disappointed if I don't get Hibichika, but I'll actually be fine with getting the other two. So this is like the safest bet here. However, ranking wise, I would put Monte Cristo, like for the characters that I want, Monte Cristo is number one, and then it's Hibichika. So this is the dilemma here. Do I go for the banner where I have the character that I want the most, but there's a high risk of getting some other character that I don't want, or I go for the safer banner where I have the number two character that I want, but the other characters that are there, I wouldn't be that opposed to getting them, unlike the first banner. So it's like that's the dilemma here. You risk it for the number one, or you play it safe for the number two. So yeah, I need to think about this, and I feel like I might be able to come to a conclusion after Hibichika's event comes to an end. It's going to come later. I need to there might be a chance that she immediately I really like her character and she just boosts up, and I'll be like, alright, you know what? Screw the Ordeal Call Pavilion. I'm gonna go with the Close Friendship Pavilion because I like Hibichika's character that much. Because this once happened before with Van Gogh for me. When Van Gogh came, I don't go for the meta or anything. People told me that Van Gogh was one of the strongest foreigners, but I was not really going to pull on a character just because they're meta wise, gameplay wise, they're the strongest. With certain exceptions, but not for her at least. So I didn't pull on her banner until I played the story, and I really loved her character in the story, and then I was like, yeah, I need to get her. So that's what happened. I probably would have gotten Ibuki Saber instead of her if the story didn't convince me to pull for Van Gogh. Yeah, that's true. Like I had like a scale. I was like, do I go for Ibuki, because Ibuki Saber was also going to come, I think. So do I go for Van Gogh? Do I go for Ibuki Saber? And Van Gogh came first, And I was like, I'm not going to pull on Van Gogh because I want to go for Ibuki Saber. But then I read the story and I'm like, no, I'm going to go for Van Gogh. So that's what happened there. Here, let me wait for Hibijika's event. If they really like interest me or something, like I really like them or something, yeah, then the Ordeal Call Pavilion banner, I can actually forget about it and pull on the Coast Friendship Pavilion. But for now, at least, it's still a dilemma. You know, the Count of Monte Cristo is the highest for me. But it's a very big risk on pulling on his banner. Either way, you know what I might do? I might actually check a few of the other upcoming or like lucky bags, like GSSRs, to see if there's a particular banner where Count of Monte Cristo is there and there's a high chance of me getting him. I'll do that. Not in this video. I'll do it on my own and see. And based on that, I might like change my decisions. Either way, for now, Ordeal Call Pavilion and Close Friendship Pavilion is for me. I need to make a decision before the 9th anniversary. So, anyways, that was it. Let me know what banner you will choose or what banner you're thinking about of getting. For me, these two are now like the finals, and I will make my choice eventually on which one to get. So that is it, guys, and that was me talking about the 9th anniversary GSSR. Like I said, you can share in the comments which banner you might go for, which characters you want, this and that. All those things you can discuss in the comments. And yeah, so thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed, and comment down below. And yeah, so that is it, guys. I'll see you guys in the next FGO video. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.